So this is going to be the next DC Cinematic Universe pitch. Now, I did one for Batman called Batman Head of the Demon. I did a Superman story called Last Son of Krypton. Now it's time for the big team up between Batman and Superman, and this is going to be called Batman and Superman Popular Enemies. Now, if you know that storyline, it has... If you read the comic storyline, or you've seen the anime movie, or at least you know the concept of it, it has maybe the same type of spine towards it, but it's very different indeed. But anyway, you know, in my brain, you know, this movie starts with Lex Luthor. You know, Lex is doing a decent job as president. You know, seems everybody's happy. And he's about to do like the campaigning, a year campaign for him hitting his second term. But the issue is the voters are very hesitant now. Somehow things have been kind of switched, you know. And Lex at the beginning is like, so what's the difference? Like they voted me in to say yes, and they trust me to run the local office. What is different now? And the big thing is Superman. You know, Superman is, you know, the one who kind of, you know, you two have been going at the neck, and everybody looks at Superman more than the president. And if Superman's not happy with you being president, basically our voters ain't. So, and Lex is like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, we both have a grudge each, and it's not gonna be shaken. And the thing is, his advisors basically go and say, like, have a meeting with him. You know, talk to him. You know, you're doing some campaigning in Gotham. Why don't you just ask him to fly by, have a private meeting, have a conversation? And you know, and Lex is like, fine, great. You know. And the thing about Lex is, you know, we found out at the end that his bodyguard is Patello, you know, and there's a bit of security risk, and so he brings Patello along. And after, you know, Lex, like Bruce Wayne's there, you know, basically giving the big speech to say, hey, it's great having the president board, but because, like, Bruce Wayne is the Prince of Gotham, and he's kind of like, you know, if you want someone to, it's kind of like if the mayor's busy, Bruce Wayne's kind of the way to go, right? So Bruce Wayne kind of gives this massive speech about the president. It's great to have here. Let's, you know, what do you have to say? Bruce Wayne walks off. Now, Bruce has a bit of a, you know, doesn't like Lex either, but it's more along the lines of like, what can I do now? Like, I'm trying to find some dirt on him, but I can't really, because he's fucking Lex Luthor, and now he's the president, kind of thing. And Lex immediately after his speech says, Superman, can we meet? You know, meet me at the pier at Gotham. And that's what happens, you know, and we had the Day Planet. Clark Kent sees it, and he basically flies to Gotham as Superman, goes to the pier, makes with Lex, and he tells what's the issue, because, you know, Supes is like, fine, like, what do you want, Lex? What do you want, Luthor? And he basically tells the situation. I want a second term. I'm trying to change my past and all kind of stuff. And the issue is you. You know, you need a smile. Can you at least for a year be happy that I'm president? And knowing Superman's old true Justice Man way, and he basically says like, I don't think you're truth. And he said, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm not truth? I'm truth everything I am. I'm better than you are. Your people trust I hate you more than their own flesh and blood. You know, you're not American. You're not even the symbol. You're not even an apple's pie. Yeah, and the more Lex kind of does that speech, Italo kind of just walks kind of slowly, and Soups kind of feels a bit weak and feels a bit, sick and ill. And he's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" He, understandably so, while sweating, goes and grabs Lex by the shirt, and he's like, "You just attack. You're now public menace #1, Superman." And Italo punches Superman wide in the face. And the thing is, Superman is like, wait, I just got punched in the face by this robot, fine, but I recognize you. And Metallo says, like, remember that heist? Remember the guy who shot at you, but it deflected off an explosion? And, Superman's like, oh god, and it's like, he says, Metallo's real name, and he basically says, it's not, my name's not, it's now Metallo. And he whips off his skin, because it's not Metallo without the skin, right? He's not, he takes off his, like, tissue human skin, and it's now Terminator. And you see the kryptonite heart. And it's basically this axis thing is, while Lex is going away, Metallo is just beating the shit out of Soups. He's just doing it. He's just beating Superman. Every time Superman's about to throw a punch, he's holds the punches, gives the uppercuts, and Metallo is like, I would be happy to die, but after Mr. Luthor offered me this opportunity to beat the shit out of you, I'm going to accept that. And because it's Gotham and there's a bit of an action scene and there's a fight out there, Batman shows up, because Batman, out through this whole, the whole thing, he's on rooftops, just eyeing it on. So Batman swoops down, gets one sticky bomb, puts on Metallo, blows it up, and Metallo is all over the place. His arms over there, his legs over there. There's a big giant, piece, his head, and it's starting to connect. And Batman's like, shit, and while he sees Superman being all weak and frazzled, but the thing is, Metallo blowing up, he has one move, and that is to create his hand, because he realized now it's on to Master Destruction. He realizes that I'm going to die soon because this black bat guy actually blew me up. He makes his hand into a metal gun and it has a kryptonite bullet in it, shoots at Superman. There we go. And then Metallo dies. Now Batman drags Superman into the Batmobile. So that's a which you want to say, right? And drives him into the Batcave, right? And he goes, he puts him in the Batcave. He picks Superman up again with characters mixed up. Picks Superman up, hands it to Alfred, and say, he's like, what do you want to do? He got shot. He got shot, Alfred. You need to fix him. You need to take the bullet out. And he's like, it's effing Superman. What? Do you want me to use kryptonite like tweezers or something? He says, and he basically says, Batman takes his utility belt, takes something out of his utility belt, and it's a West Solar grenade. Press the solar grenade. It's will weaken him. Go for it. And then Superman wakes up. He's fixed. He's in this hospital, like a hospital bed in a Batcave, And he's like, what just happened? How did you? It's like, and Alfred goes and says, Master Wayne is always prepared. It's like, always prepared? Yeah. I mean, seriously, this guy is so paranoid, more than, like, I'm not that way to do the dishes more than he does. So it kind of goes in Batman's character a little bit that, yeah, he's paranoid, and saying Batman's paranoid is pretty understatement, but Lex Luthor's on the news. Lex Luthor's on the news, and he goes and says that we, I went on local TV like this situation. I asked for Superman's help. I asked for a friendship, settle our past together, but he can't help. But the problem is, I'm the president. And also, because of him, a great man, was it James, was it Colin Battal's name, right? He might be, he was earned a second chance, and Superman ended that. So, right now, Superman is public enemy #1, and anyone who helps him is 2 or 3 or whoever. I have ordered the whole world to hunt down Superman. Now, of course, Batman was there, what the situation was, all that kind of stuff, and while that was, after that play, Batman's basically saying, you sit in this cave, you trigger your thumbs, I'm going to go in the back of here, see if I can dish out something. And he's dishing out something, he's typing out things in the back of here, all that kind of stuff, and there's nothing. There's nothing. But, and immediately, Batman, Bruce goes and says, like, what did he initially wanted? He's basically said what he said. He wanted a friendship. He wanted to recommend, but I felt weakened. I had Metallo with me, with him. Like, it's not the most friendly environment, so I freaked out. I wanted to know what he was after, and then now I'm public enemy #1, or and because of that, Batman's like, okay, there's nothing wrong that you did. I'm going to find out where Luthor is, because we're going to find him, and we're going to trying to show that he still has his true colors on him. But you stay here. And Superman's like, where are you going to go? And Batman's like, I have my methods. Now we're at Alley in Gotham, and someone is in fear. He is waiting to piss his pants and all that kind of stuff. Classic Batman staring alone with someone. And what happened is Batman is basically interrogating this guy and saying, like, you pretty much know everything. You are pretty much the government guy. Where is Luthor hiding? And, this guy's kind of trying to be smart to Batman, but that Batman doesn't really take smart-assly pretty well. He goes, he basically says, like, in the White House, like all the presidents go, and he just basically drops him off the rooftop, and gets a grapple gun out, check him and shoot him out. Yeah, you get the idea. Like I try, and he does that a couple of times, and immediately by the third time, Superman shows up. And he says, and this guy is also afraid of Superman, for God's sake, because now he's public, because like Luthor says, he has killed or suffered or is now sick or is not public enemy because he attacked the president and all that kind of stuff. And Superman's just being Superman. He's like, hey dude, I just want to know where there was a misunderstanding. It'll be great if we have a chat with Mr. President. And he basically says that. So he basically said, Lex is in this bunker now. in like the middle of like Mexico, or middle of like basically in the middle of the desert, nearly at where Las Vegas is, but no one can see it. And he says thank you. And then when this guy leaves, there's this conversation that I wish was in BBS, where they talk about, like, Superman's kind of not, like, Superman, like, is not happy how Batman deal with it, like, how to get information with someone by staring the living shit out of someone. Like, he basically said, like, I have heard you. I heard the myth of the Batman. I heard that, but I thought it was assassination. I thought it's just you wore black and people would immediately stare at you. That's it. I didn't realize you were forcing that fear onto people. And, you know, Batman basically said, no, this is Gotham. Gotham is not a happy, bright place that Metropolis is. You know, we don't have a Superman around. We need to force things. We need to shove it. We need to, you know, Gotham is, you have to fight with the demons that are in it. You can't just let it be, fade away. And immediately Batman says, if you don't want my help, fine. I'll, you know, just wait me until, you know, and then, like, Superman's like, sorry, out of line, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, he basically references, there's a line in my head where, like, Superman references about, it's a comic book reference, where Joker became, like, a UN ambassador. So, he basically, Superman makes fun of that. It says, if the Joker ever becomes a US ambassador, you know who I will call. I know who I will call, right? It's like, but of course Batman doesn't make a joke out of it. But anyway, so Superman's like, so you want me to fly you to the place? And it says, and Batman's like, I have my own way of flight. And you see the Batwing. Now, my version of Batwing is kind of like 89 Batwing, but kind of like a little bit like weird. Like, yeah, like I always like, just go, it ain't break, don't fix it. Just go comic booky Batwing, right? So he zooms out into the Batwing and flies away. He has this cool sequence of a Superman and a Batman flying together. And they pass through like the middle of the desert. Now, when they pass through this desert, they immediately enter into a no-fly zone, a restricted area, and they're like, they know, like, the government, you know, where Lex is, they know that it is Superman, but he has someone else. Who the hell is he? And he's like, we were in Gotham, so probably 9 out of 10, it's probably gonna be the bad guy. Like, it's, you know, but he has a plane. I thought he was some myth. Well, why does he have a plane? Like, they are, all these, like, normal military people are, like, questioning the idea of the whole Batman thing. Anyway, but, you know, Lex is like, I don't give a shit about just get rid of them. Because Superman is now a threat. I'm staying on my life. He's basically bullshitting on his ass. You know, Lex is, he's saying, I'm staying on my life. Attack him. And the thing is, all of these guys have, like, their vehicles have kryptonite bullets. They all have kryptonite bullets in their planes. So, and, you know, so when we have this action scene of them just, you know, you have Superman and Batman flying around, and then, like, you know, here's a dog, here's like a jet shooting at Superman. They thought, like, literally they're gonna bounce off and that's kind of it. But no, Superman just sees a line of green and, like, shit, it's kryptonite. And so it's a chasing, it's a dogfight. It is basically, while also there's, like, normal jets shooting at Batman, and Batman's just trying to dodge through. And I picture, like, they're inside, like, the Grand Canyon or something like the Grand Canyon, and they kind of sweeping around, and you have Batman kind of going side by side, and you have missiles come around. And here's the thing, like in my brain, this action scene would be the most like action scene in the world. Let's say there's a dogfight, they win, Superman wins, Batman wins. None of the passengers die. They all, do adjust the seats and all that kind of stuff. But Superman, when Lex finds out, he is pissed out of his mind. And this is when he shows his true colors. This is when he's like, you know, guys, you guys are fucking pathetic. He basically like, this is probably like the first F-bomb. He's like, you guys are pathetic. The world needs a leader. But we are a person that takes islands and make leaders of the islands. We need a leader of the world. Like, he's basically going insane, all that. And the thing is, he's on camera. And it's not going well. And then Batman and Superman just walk through the door. Just walk through like general people. And when Lex sees him, it's like, oh, you two. That's what you want, huh? That's what you want. You want to see me snap. You want to see, because for definition by society, I'm the villain. I'm the super villain. But no, the truth is, you are, with your powers, with your fear tactics, with your gadgets. I am a realist. I see the future. I see powers hurting and hating all of normal. And this is Lex. Lex is just flipping in his mind. But the thing is, immediately here's like the cameo. Little tap shoes walk in as well, and it's Amanda Waller, and Amanda Waller immediately says, I kind of, Lucifer, you're done, you're impeached, get out. And he's like, what? You can't do this. And it's like, don't. And Amanda Waller immediately said, like, don't try and pour in your power, so green and purple do not mix with you. And two, if you do, I'll just send these two guys to beat the living shit out of you. I don't need my SWAT team. I don't need Task Force X to do anything. So it's that. And so the ending of the movie is basically, Luthor is impeached for lying to the public. Lex, Batman and Superman are having a conversation, basically saying, Superman is basically thank youing, but Batman has his own way of saying you're welcome, which is just disappearing. But the end line is like, if we ever meet basically, if we ever need to meet each other again, Batman's like, you can always fly over, but maybe you need to be a reporter to do that. Applying, Batman knows who Superman is, without revealing the identity. Is saying like he knows Superman's Clark Kent, and there's X-ray, and then Superman does X-ray vision, and he knows that Batman's Bruce Wayne. And the last time, when Batman disappears, Superman basically goes and says, Bruce Wayne, huh? Yeah, it kind of makes sense. And then we had the post-credit scene. As I always do, post-credit scene, or the last scene of the movie, is always the hint for the next film. And we are on this island. You know what I'm hitting at. On this island, there's a panther walking onto the sand. It's raining. She gets a dagger. Makes a sand soldier of a baby. Holds it up. lightning strikes, and the baby comes alive, which is of course hinting